Right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Doctor Who Star Trek crossover. Yeah, Doctor Who's really desperate. Really desperate. Doctor Who showrunner Russell T Davies, RTD the Retardeed, is urging them to campaign for a Star Trek crossover. This is not organic. This is not a normal thing, and we know it's not a normal sort of organic movement because Star Trek official website is now talking about it. Anyway, shall we have a look? Yes, we shall. Radio Times. The shilling. The shilling begins. Doctor Who boss urges fans to keep campaigning for a Star Trek crossover. We must get together, he says. Why? So, like, all 12 fans of both properties can rejoice. What a sorry state, isn't it? What an absolute sorry state that both Star Trek and Doctor Who have been co-opted by absolute lunatics running the show. And they've just driven them into the dirt. Because make no mistake, neither property's doing well. Star Trek is absolutely abysmal, with Alex Kurtzman behind it. And now you've got Russell T Davies behind Doctor Who. And that's fallen apart as well. And they're like, oh, I know what will save these two once great properties. Just pair them together under the same people that have ruined them. Idiots. So Russell T Davies has urged fans to keep pushing for a crossover between Doctor Who and Star Trek in a new panel at San Diego Comic-Con. Notice you didn't really hear anything about Doctor Who at San Diego Comic-Con because no one cares. They were at the biggest Comic-Con in the world, but no one cares. So during the panel, the Doctor Who showrunner was joined by Alex Kurtzman, the executive producer helming the Star Trek universe, as they spoke about the Intergalactic Friendship Day, noting similarities between both of the sci-fi universes. What is this? They spoke about Intergalactic Friendship Day. What on earth is that? We would love to bring you a crossover episode, and the way we can make that happen is the fans. God. The fans continue to make crossover art and stories and continue to ask and push to bring these two universes together. Because we must get together. It must happen. Do they though? Like, do they actually? Because I've genuinely not seen anything like this before. I mean, I can believe that the new wave of Doctor Who fans, you know, are very, very much fans of the new Star Trek as well. And I'm sure they do jack their little jimmies to the potential of a crossover. But I've never seen this before. I've never seen this posited around the internet before. This is new to me. So, yeah. We share values, said Kurtzman. We share perspectives of the world. We want to tell stories that are illuminating about the human race. No, you don't. Russell T Davies just wants to make gay stories. And we know that because he's been open about it. That is all he wants to make. Stuff that he knows. His experience. So gay stuff. That's literally it. No, there's anything wrong with that. It's not Doctor Who, is it? It's not quintessential Doctor Who. Each iteration of the Doctor and each iteration of Star Trek has endeavoured to do that for every generation that it serves. It's that beautiful connection. Well, you failed. You have failed. No one wants to watch it. Either of them. While there are no immediate plans for a crossover episode, Doctor Who and Star Trek fans can enjoy the two worlds colliding in a new game. Ah. So it is inorganic. They are just pushing for it. Right. Okay. The story, which Davies and Kurtzman discussed, will begin on Thursday the 1st of August and will feature in the mobile game Star Trek Lower Decks Mobile and Doctor Who Lost in Time for a limited time. Right, so you're trying to create a sense of urgency for a shit game that basically no one's playing as well. Probs. Fans will get to experience the story from two unique perspectives, with the Doctor being thrown on board Lower Decks, USS Cerritos, by a mysterious space-time ripple. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Brad Boimler and Ensign Beckett Mariner will be thrust into the Doctor Who universe. This is so lame. Head of games at the BBC. Is there such a thing? That's ridiculous. Says, we're beyond excited to bring together these iconic franchises for a crossover event that fans have only dreamed about. Who? This collaboration offers a unique opportunity to explore a brand new storyline where, I should hope it's a brand new storyline, where the Doctor and Star Trek characters can work together. This is so lame. And this is why we got this. Articles like this being published on the 30th of July. Because this, and this is on official, this is StarTrek.com, by the way. So they're really, really trying to push for this. Like, massively. During San Diego Comic-Con, the showrunner of Doctor Who, Russell T Davies, sat down with Star Trek overall executive producer Alex Kurtzman in celebration of Intergalactic Friendship Day. It was an unprecedented moment in which the Trek and Who franchises publicly acknowledged that their two fandoms cross over, and that in some ways, at least philosophically, these two worlds cross over. Right, this is lame. But what if we told you this wasn't the first time Star Trek had given Doctor Who a public high five? The truth is, while Doctor Who has been dropping several Star Trek references since its revival in 2005, there are several examples of the Star Trek franchise overtly or covertly referencing the timey-wimey adventures of the TARDIS. Here's, whiny being the optimal word there, because Russell T Davies is a fucking little bitch and just whines. Anyway, here's a brief guide to start. So they're just trying to claim that there's crossover. Like sonic drivers and reversing polarity. The other TARDIS. What is this? That's a TARDIS, is it? In Star Trek Enterprise, future tense, the crew encounters a smallish pod that seems to be from far future. Right, oh, okay. So apparently it's a temporal displacement device, which allows its dimensions to be much larger inside than out. The Doctor. Oh, this is so lame, man. They're trying to, like, will this into existence, but no one cares. Like, no one wants this, but they're like, no, it must happen. It must happen, they say. Why? This is literally what they say. Where is it? We must get together. It must happen. No. It won't save it. Doctor Who's dead. Star Trek is dead. You both killed it. And now you're like, shit. It's like you each had a vessel in the ocean. And you purposely drilled a hole in each of your ships. And now, just as they're about to sink proper, they've been taken on water for some time, just getting lower and lower and lower and lower in the ocean. And just as they're about to submerge fully, you're like, shit, I know what will make this, my ship right itself again. We're gonna hack these ships in two and build them together. No, they're still holes and they're still sinking. You moron. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. This is desperate. Take care. Bye bye now.